Welcome to the demo for Grounds of War. We will be going through the basics of the game. Grounds of War is a two-player strategy game. Each player starts at their respective core and the game ends when a player meets one of the following victory conditions. All opponent units have been destroyed or the enemy's core has been invaded. At the start of the game, players are given 2 of each resources. We will use our resources to purchase player units: Farmer, Berserker, Archer, Bomber, and a Support. Each piece has their unique ability. Example, archers are able to attack from a long distance, but they can only aim in a straight line. Refer to the cheat sheet for each piece's ability. So for each piece places on the map, we start with the core, which is the castle on each end of the map. Those are the starting points. If an enemy units stand on the core, the player wins the game. Next up is the spawn zones around the core. Each player can only spawn a unit on their respective spawn zones. Then we come to the empty space. It is a space where every unit can pass through. And then next up are the mountains, the black spots on the map. A space which not every unit can pass through. Then finally we have the resource zone, where only farmers can gather resources from this space, but other units cannot. Next up, we'll be going through the phases of the game. Each player's turn consists of 4 phases: the summoning phase, movement phase, attack phase, and an end phase. During the summoning phase, players are allowed to summon the units by paying a set cost. Players may spawn up to 4 units during each of the spawn phase. Next, it's the movement phase. Players are able to move their pieces based on the unit's movement points. The player does not have to use up all of their movement points available. Then it's the attack phase. Players are allowed to attack the opponent units as long as the target is within the attacking piece's range. When in battle, unless stated otherwise, the player has to roll a 6-sided die. If the result is a 1, and the attack is definitely a miss. The attack is a hit if the result is rolled between 2 to 5, but their opponents are able to counter attack. And when the player rolls a 6, the opponent cannot retaliate and the attack is a sure hit. The target is able to roll a die if the attacker's die roll is resultant between 2 or 5. The defending party rolls a 6-sided die. The defender is able to activate its special effect. An example would be when the defending Berserker rolls a 6 against another Berserker, the defender is able to parry the attack, dealing damage back to the attacker. Lastly, it's the end phase. In this phase, the player collects resources depending on how many farmers are farming on the resource spots. Players may trade resource of 2 for a specific resource of another. So for example, you can trade 2 wood for 1 stone.